G'day, this is Captainoob, but this is the MIER rifle. This is the Modular Infantry Energy Rifle. So yeah, that's actually what it's called. Anyways, what you're looking at here is a highly customizable standalone energy weapon, obviously, and it's using the plasma gun animations. That's the mag tucked in right there. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the attachments. And first of all, you've just got a whole palette swap of this thing here. You can put on many different looking camos. We'll go for a Minuteman camo because this particular character is Minuteman aligned, or is she? And for the attachments, you can chuck on a beam splitter or a beam tuner, which will lower your rate of fire in exchange for damage. Beam splitter makes it just a shotgun. More damage, but less range. So that's pretty cool. You can break this thing quite easily, and I'll show you what to do that with just a second. So I'll leave those alone for now. But moving on to the sights, we've got standard sights here, which are actually kind of cool. I like these sights. But you've got reflex sights if you like, a magnified reflex sight, which is kind of like a see-through scope, and a reflex sight together. And then there's actual scopes, 4 times, 6 times, and 10 times, which I believe is long, medium, and short, all of there. And you can change the grip. This one will increase your accuracy and stability. There's basically no recoil on this thing. It's really up to user preference on which they think looks better, but that definitely looks cool. I like the trigger guard on that. And the stock, like I said before, there's no much of recoil to control, but I'm just going to chuck that on anyway because why the hell not? And the laser barrel. Now this thing is an attachment point for later because later versions of this mod will have more ammo types, more different weapon types. So plasma and gauss rifles and their respective attachments will be coming soon, but this is just a look at what the laser guns can do. And an extended capacity MFC is probably just changing what bullets this ammo, or what ammo this thing will consume and what bullets it will fire with the different weapon types. And you can change the capacitor. So this is actually kind of interesting. This is the most interesting part about this weapon. So right now you have a slider between rate of fire and damage, and the 80% ones, the ones below full capacity, are actually automatic ones. And going down the list here, you'll slowly increase rate of fire at the expense of ammo. So if you want this thing to perform more like a Gatling laser, then 20% recharge will give you a little bit less damage, a whole lot less damage actually, in exchange for a huge rate of fire. But interestingly, it's not actually supposed to have the regular barrel attachments on, or maybe it's not a thing, but you can actually increase your damage a lot just by chucking on the beam tuner with the 20% recharge barrel. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen, but yeah, you can actually break it. You could also put on a beam splitter too, so it'd be like a Gatling laser shooting out shotgun things, and I want to use this thing with wounding later on, but we'll leave that until later. So yeah, I'll keep this as a broken one, might as well, and I'll make a semi-auto one just to try it out. There's this attachment point for whatever weapon was left over from when the model overrid another weapon, and there's also a legendary effect slot too, so yep, that'll be important later. I'll take this one and a couple more into Gunner's Plaza. Alrighty, so here we are in Gunner's Plaza with our Modular Infantry Energy Rifle. That's what it looks like in first person. See, I told you the iron sights were cool, or maybe I didn't. And this is what the reflex sights looks like. It's all nice and sharp. I do really like the look of these sights so far. And this is the one with a little bit of zoom onto it, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is our semi-auto one. We'll just start off with that, start off with something tame before we move on to other scarier things. So let's go. So with that sneak attack crit at the start there, we actually managed to kill, almost kill that gunner before she popped the stim pack, but we'll quickly follow it up with that shot there. And then whoever this man is, okay, the side housing is a little bit obstructive here, mixed within the FOV. It's a little bit too much zoom, but if we don't want like that zoom all that much, we could always use this thing in third person, like so. We'll quickly go over here and shoot this guy, one shot him, doing not too bad for an energy gun right now. A little bit foggy inside here. Luckily we've got the hitboxes to actually have a reference of where the enemies are. And when we're in a straight fight like that, as you can tell, the DPS of this is not ideal. We'll still be out DPSing everyone in here, but that's because they're not using weapons that do enough damage. I've got like 1400 health on this character. Not because of mods, just because of endurance and never-ending level scaling. But oh well. Going for a critical here just to see what it can do. 343. It's alright, I suppose. We'll move on to my close quarters one. No stock, highest rate of fire, reflex sight. Let's see how we go. Okay, that one was only Gunner conscript. It's a bad example. But if we hip fire with this thing, you'll notice that there's very little recoil to speak of. In fact, the gun sits in the same spot. I managed to cripple both of those gunners' legs, and Yeah, this is quite a drain on the energy cells. At least the DPS is high, right? Okay, so you're getting a feel for the damage of this thing with the highest rate of fire, lowest damage setting. It actually chews through enemies quite well. If you had a Gatling laser performing like this, I'd generally be happy with it, especially if that was on very hard difficulty. But fusion cells are a little bit rarer to come by and like use up than standard laser guns or fusion cores, which your Gatling laser would use. But this is the same barrel capacity thing, except with the beam tuner, which gives us a little bit less rate of fire, but a whole lot more damage. So the DPS is so much better. And if you mix that with a shotgun, well, I'm going to test that out on later with wounding, like I said before, but I think that would just mash everything, especially since there's no recoil to go with it. Like, this weapon strangely has very little recoil whatsoever. I am noticing that the beam tuner does make the lasers a little bit different. It's like a yellow beam in the middle surrounded by a red, so it does look a lot more intense, which is nice attention to detail. They've picked the art files pretty well. This might actually be the laser sniper barrel beam instead of just a regular beam, which the other one was using. But yeah, it's a nice use of vanilla assets to demonstrate, yep, hey, this thing's doing more damage, it's got more power behind it, so why not have it make it a more intense laser when you fire it. Look at the glow maps on this thing. This thing definitely looks great in the dark as well as in the light too. Very good design by the weapon. The animations don't line up all the time, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far, so let's go ahead and break it. Well, it's a bit foggy right now, but just to give you an idea of what the shotgun barrel is like as we take on this level 14 Rust Devil. Yeah, it's alright. See the rate of fire, it's really low. Sure, you're getting a lot of projectiles on target, but this guy is a level 30, or this gal is a level 30 Rust Devil, and it's a little bit meh as we get crushed by Swan's massive fucking anchor hammer. Let's just ignore him for a second, clear out the rest of the Rust Devils with my bad flamer, no, not flamer, shotgun attachment thing. Oh, you've got a Gauss rifle. I'm going to shoot you with a critical now. Wow, that's not even a critical could take you out. What Gauss rifle did you have, out of curiosity's sake? A plasma infused Gauss rifle. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we've seen that. Let's see that automatic and with wounding. I'm hitting him so much that there's not enough ones in the world to actually register on the amount of damage I'm getting onto him. So let's just hit him some more. Go for a critical just to guarantee those hits. And then run away. Hide a little bit. Gene, you've taken the wrong turn again. This is like the worst random encounter location you can possibly spawn in. Okay, maybe he was creating the lag before. I might need to take him out. But I think right now we are being carried by the extra bonus wounding damage that we are getting from this. Because otherwise, there's like nothing. We are doing basically nothing to Swan at this point. We might even die even with all of this cool wounding stuff. Okay. Thank you for not like slowing the game down, game. That's important. We'll go for a critical, I suppose. He is mutated at this point. There's my slowing down game time. And look at all those laser beams of wounding death going upon him. Okay, things might end very, very quickly here. Critical. And still alive. Somehow still alive. But then we get killed by a rock. We might need a little bit more firepower, don't you think? Alrighty, so this time we're going to take on Swan with a little bit of backup. So everyone's got themselves different camos on their laser guns with the same wounding beam splitting thing as before. So let's just lure Swan over here. Hopefully, oh my god, look at all those laser beams everywhere. I was about to say hopefully it won't slow down too much, but it is. It'll slow down so much that the sound will glitch out. And then the game crashed. Okay, back to the drawing board. I don't think the shotguns were working, so everyone's just got a single-barreled one with the wounding effect. Now, is that 3 Diabloses? Yeah, that's a light show and a half, isn't it? Look at those, look at that wounding damage stacking. Whoop, I think I shot Iris. Sorry. I don't think the wounding damage knows friend or foe. It only knows killing and all that. You're okay, Iris? Where is she? I don't know. How did you get back behind there? I don't know. But this is exactly what I wanted to happen. Just gratuitous wounding damage, just to actually make that hit bar, that hit point bar move. That health bar, I should say. That's what it's called. Through no effort of my own either. I just wanted to see it happen. Just cause. I think everyone stops to reload after a bit. We all fine? Yep, we've set up a firing line behind these logs. Okay, Iris is still alive. That's cool. And with that, we've leveled up in the most cheapest way possible. It's a mighty assault rifle. You had a martyr synth chest piece. You had fuck all. And you had an explosive handmade. Oh man, that's a good omen. Maybe I should go and jump on Fallout 76 right now. But anyways, I think you get the point of this weapon. This is an early release of this weapon, so that is why there's only lasers. It's kinda weak, but that's okay because it's only the standard laser form. I expect the plasma and the Gauss variants of this weapon to be quite powerful because laser is only the baseline, and for a starting game weapon, this thing actually might be good, but for end game purposes it does fall behind unless you've got 9 other guns on your side with the wounding effect, but that's with mods and everything. If you want to use this thing alone, it might take a bit of getting used to, or yeah, don't use this thing for an end game. Don't even worry about getting used to using this thing. I'd just say use something else, but until the Gauss stuff and the plasma stuff comes in, I don't think this thing can be capable as a good end game weapon. So I'm going to call things there. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, check out the description. There shall be a link down there. Thank you for watching, guys.